So Aaron Imholte, as we mentioned on the last episode, there was not a restraining order, but there was some type of court order where his ex-wife, not April, but the one before April, said, you can no longer talk about me on your show. And also, I don't want April driving the kids around. And that order made its way to Kiwi Farms. And on Kiwi Farms, they found that April and the ex-wife, the current wife and the ex-wife, were communicating back in 2022 with each other about physical abuse. And April said that there was this huge fight and Aaron headbutted her and squeezed her so hard she couldn't breathe. And the first time she talked to Ashley about this, the first wife, was at a recital for the daughter. But then there were all these text messages back and forth between the two of them afterwards. And so the text messages are in the document. We've all seen them. We see April and Ashley communicating like they're besties, like longtime girlfriends, commiserating over, the word is used, what a monster Aaron Imholte is. So this is bad news for Aaron because Aaron has been loving all of the leaks coming out about Nick Rekieta and Nick Rekieta's kid testing positive for coke, and April had her credit cards covered in coke, and every little salacious detail he's talking about it. He can't wait. Now this comes out, which is also not hearsay. It's part of public record.
Damning.
It's very damning. There's screenshots of text message conversations coming from his ex-wife April, who he's been motherfucking hard for months. And now Aaron is just like, well, you can't believe everything you see on the internet. It's just fucking, no, it's so crazy. Like, I don't know how he gets away with this shit. So anyway, I wanted to play this because as this came out, we wanted to see how Aaron would respond to this. And in the most childish way possible is the answer to that.
Projecting on me. We know the relationship we had. We were both sad that it fell apart.
Oh, by the way, this is coming in from Doom. Doom, thanks for clipping this. He does a great job clipping the important videos out
Doom
there.
rocks.
Scola! If you want to, you can. But here's the deal. Let's knock that out. Let's call it a win for the toe. We missed yesterday. We're going to restart the streak. I do want to say this. If you if you're from other shows and you hate our guts and you think I'm the worst guy ever, I'm saying this.
Winning streak.
Mods who are in YouTube, if you want to take back the chat, take it back. Plow the fucking road. Fuck these people. I mean, obviously the thing that came out is bullshit. Obviously that thing that came. Anybody who knows us, I think Johnny knew us, knows that that's bullshit.
All right, Johnny, this is your chance to go ahead and talk and say, like, yeah, of course that wouldn't happen.
Documented court records.
This is what's so nuts about this is that anytime you hang out with a couple, you have no idea what's going on when those two are alone. And if it's bad stuff, they'll spend even more effort covering it up. So this whole thing that Aaron's just like, guys, you know me and April. Obviously, none of this would happen. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought so. But now there's all this evidence. Yeah. So I feel like it did.
But just ask Johnny.
But just ask Johnny Crutches over here, the voice of reason. When he's not crying, he's telling the truth.
He was there for it all.
I guess he didn't get to speak on it yesterday, but I'll let him speak for himself now. I mean, we're moving.
Literally I still don't know anything about it because I've been
smart. I love that Aaron's like, all right, I don't have anyone left. Please help me out, Johnny Crutches.
No pressure.
Yeah. I just need a guy to speak to my character, someone who's been around me in April to say all the things I needed to say. Yeah, I don't know anything about this.
He looks like he's literally in an escape pod.
Yeah, right.
From this question.
Gotta go.
avoiding it because it's pissing people off. Like, people are trolling me like, what do you have to say about this? I'm like, I don't even know. I haven't looked into it. I didn't watch the show when it aired. I know nothing. I can't tell you. And this
is the other thing too, the picture they're both trying to paint here is that everyone on the internet who doesn't like Aaron Imholte because he's a bad broadcaster and begs for money nonstop and ratted out his ex-wife and their friends and got their house raided are like, hey, I want more answers. You better fess up. Like, none of us are that way. We're all just kind of watching and going, oh, Jesus Christ, that's not good. Oh, he's got lots of planning to do about that. Like, we're not fired up with pitchforks coming to your house. That's not how we're responding to this at all. We find it mildly amusing.
That upsets them greatly. So I've been enjoying being literally the person who knows nothing about it.
So mods in YouTube, if they're going to...
You know who you're upsetting with that is Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron's like, hey, help me out for a second, Johnny Crunch. You're the worst co-host in the history of co-hosting. Help me out with one thing. He's just like, nope, I don't know anything. I'm not going to say anything. And that pisses everyone off.
I was watching Aaron's body language during that. He's immediately deflated. He's like, oh, dude,
Come on.
you're my only hope.
That's not a great approach to take either, though, to be like, well, I don't know anything about this guy that everyone hates. Well, it's just like, well, what about the pedophile charges? Oh, I don't know anything about it.
My head's been in the sand, officer. How would I know anything?
Maybe know a thing or two about who you're jumping in bed with.
Yeah.
Berg out, and if they're going to talk about this anymore, gone, banned, done.
Oh, so now he's just banning everyone in the chat room. So that's a great way to deal with it. That's an adult way to deal with this. Guys, it's obviously not true. You're all lying, and if you talk about it, then I ban you immediately. It's like, well,
Yeah, one way or the other, buddy.
Seems like there's maybe some truth to this because it's really bothering you quite a bit.
That was great, though, when John was just going through his chat and banning people.
Yes.
Can you at least do it live on the show where you call out the people that are banned?
Say the names.
That's pretty funny.
The names.
All right, so I have a quick question for you guys. I consider all three of you to be co-hosts on one of these podcasts. If it came out... If it came out...
Did you guys hear something?
I don't know. There's a weird glitch here. If it came out that I was beating up my wife or some other crazy thing, there's court documents on it, wouldn't you be fascinated by that and read everything there was to read about it?
Every single thing.
Yeah. Like
Everything.
you might have my back, you might not. You might change your opinion, you might not. But you'd read about it. You'd want to know what everyone was saying. What
I
they were
would
talking
join in
about.
and start beating your wife, too.
That's a friend.
Yeah.
That's a co-host and a friend. Cardiff, what are you going to do?
I would read it on YouTube. Emergency episode.
But that's insane to me. This guy's job is to co-host Steel Toe. It's the biggest news in Steel Toe this week. There's a lot of news on this show. It's the biggest news this week. And Johnny Crutch just goes, I haven't looked at it at all. No idea.
Well, let me ask you, when, again, I'm not really paying attention, Aaron, but when the Nick Rekieta documents came out, was Johnny Crutch's very knowledgeable? Was he all over that?
You know what? I wasn't paying enough attention to this either because I just watched Johnny Crutch when he's crying. That's really the only time I key in on him. But I imagine he was paying more attention to that than he is to this.
Yeah, like, Aaron, if you read paragraph 7.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm moving on from something really awful. I'm moving on from something that I'm going to miss.
Yeah, I mean, my fists are still sore. Yeah. That fucking head, man, it's as hard as it looks, I gotta tell you.
For a long time, and it's going to be tough.
Oh, he's gonna try to cry. This is my favorite version of Aaron when he tries to cry because he can't. He can't do it.
I'm moving on, and I'm doing a great job, and I've got the support of some amazing people. And I'm not going to let people who... The only people talking about this who are people who literally want me to kill myself.
Okay. So Aaron has decided to flip this. He's already getting teary-eyed. He's not. And he's all emotional because he got busted for awful behavior. But then he turns it into, I'm the victim. Anyone who talks about this, even though he's put himself in the public eye. Aaron, we all know who you are because you tried to enter the Dabbleverse. And you went after Chad Zubak. And that was one of our targets at the time. So that's why we know who you are. None of us heard you on the radio. We didn't know about your Twitch stream. We know about you because you entered the Dabbleverse. And now all of a sudden he's going, you know, the people who are talking about this news that came out about me beating April want me to kill myself.
Yeah,
No, nobody wants that. Nobody does. I want you to have to sit on this show in front of this camera and explain yourself for months to come.
Yeah, we want more crazy details about what a piece of shit you are to come out.
I want you and April to reunite and do a show together and see what that's like. This is so insane. It's so childish to come out and just be like, well, if you talk about how those court documents came out, then you just want me to kill myself. It's like a kid.
Yeah, it's so black and white. There's no in between.
Right.
Well, it's...
Go ahead, Carter.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
well,
please go.
You've got to destroy your opponents by, he's discrediting his opponents, right? Like, these are just people that want me to die. The Nazis are the ones talking about this. Nobody else. Only the Nazis and the racists are talking about
Only
this.
the subhumans would even be talking about this sort of thing.
I am surprised to hear you say that's his origin story of going against Chad Zumach and turning into an even more unlikable person than Chad Zumach. How did that happen?
It's crazy because if you think about it, Patrick Melton, who has really exposed Aaron more than anybody else. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And we're all waiting for his downfall.
Yeah. Patrick Melton also hates Chad Zumach. So you would think that Aaron was setting himself up in a position where it's just like, hey, guys, I hate Chad Zumach. Who's with me? Let's go.
That's what I mean. How do you fuck that up?
Yeah, everyone's jumping into the convertible.
Yeah,
with them,
he's done the impossible.
Yeah, he somehow has turned it into, like, he's trying to team up with Chad now, which is nuts. He keeps complimenting Chad. He's trying to get Chad on his side. Chad's not taking the bait. Chad's like, fuck you.
And so is John, by the way.
I know. Everyone wants Chad on their side.
Chad is a friend now.
It's weird.
Who literally want to try to ruin my show, try to get me to do something terrible. All the people who are white knighting and spurging over this are people who have been calling her terrible names, talking about my 10-year-old daughter. These are not good people. They've been calling April a co-core, while me, the person who had a terrible fight with her and addiction and all these problems that have been very public, I've been saying I hope she gets better. I hope she lives a good life, all of that stuff. These are people who have been calling her terrible names for over a year.
Hold on a second. Why do people call April a co-core? Is it because Aaron told us that April was really into coke and fucking guys?
I wouldn't have known about it.
When Melton and even Zumach were speculating on these guys' relationship, I'm like, all right, this is wild speculation. I wanted no part of it. To the point where I called in the Melton show and I go, dude, you're wrong about this. They're working you.
Yeah.
April's going to be on the show. And now Aaron has spun this in just a few weeks' time into going, and you guys, you're against me. You're calling April a co-core? It's like, yeah, both are true. You're a bad guy and your ex-wife is a co-core. According to you. I'm not making this up. I didn't just make this up.
So is Aaron going to go on a tour fighting everyone?
I hope so. He's also a guy who fancies himself a boxer, so it's very possible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he may pay us a bit.
I can't get it out of my head now that you mentioned that this Legion of Doom thing is possible, where John and Aaron and Chad should get like KB to be the Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This Legion of
That's
Doom.
it. Those four right there.
Oh my God, I want it to happen so bad.
I think it is happening.
Please.
I think it is happening.
This is
We're
so
in the
funny.
midst of this.
Yeah.
People are talking about like the light side of the Dabbleverse and the dark side.
Yeah.
And that it's the perfect dark side.
I know. And I think, I might have said this on the show before, but I think Patrick summed it up perfectly not too long ago on NLO, where he's like, if you watch Carl's show, if you watch Shuli's show, if you watch Tukey's show, or
we're having
Potato
fun
Soup,
over here.
it's obviously people who are friends with each other who are doing this because they enjoy it.
Yeah, and then all these other losers who are furious.
That's right. And then all these assholes are like, we'll get revenge on you and we'll fucking ban everyone from the chat. Well, I'll show you fucking guys. You're just like, all right, man, maybe this isn't for you. Like, no one has to be on the internet or in the Dabbleverse. No one has to do these things at all. So the fact that they would go on every day and be this tortured over it, you're like, well, this is not a good game plan for you long term. So funny.
Abusing her on the internet for over. You want to talk about the real abusers? It's the people projecting on me. We know the relationship we had. We were both sad that it fell apart. But I will say this one final time. I've never hit a woman in my life. I've never done anything.
Well, I mean, headbutt, hit, squeeze the life out of, hit. Yeah, no, I
woman.
I understand what you're saying there, Aaron. This is, I can't believe he's already gone to the, what do you want me to do, kill myself defense. Where it's just like, well, now we can't say anything about Aaron because he brought up the Greenland, so no one can say anything. It's not working. It's not working at all. We're all going, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you even more.
I'm always suspicious when I hear, you know who the real enemy is.
That's a Dalia thing. That's the Dalia move.
Yeah,
You're right. Who's also a predator.
Right.
I can't put myself in this guy's headspace. I can't even imagine if something like that came out about me. I would maybe like put out a statement. You know what I mean? I work with like a PR company, put out a statement, and then I'd get off the fucking internet. You know what I mean? Like, it's so crazy. He comes on his show. Like, did anyone talk to him and give him some counsel on this? Like, this is how you want to deal with this sort of thing. This is really bad for your PR. This is how you want to deal with it. No, I'm just going to pout and tell everyone who believes this thing that's definitely real and true that they're jerks.
No, this is what he needs to do. It's just like, all right, we got the goal today. There's 6 bullets in this gun. If the more money that comes in, I'll take a bullet out of the gun. The reverse suicide goal.
Right.
That's what he needs to start doing.
That's. I don't know how that would go.
You didn't make your goal, Aaron.
Like that. So anybody in the YouTube chat, mods, if you're paying attention, any of that shit, gone.
Plow
Done.
the road.
Ban them. I don't want timeouts. I don't want that. Ban them. They're gone. You can hate this show if you want. You can think I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world. I'm not going to let you do it on my platform.
You're not the biggest piece of shit in the world, Aaron. You're just a bad dude. You just abused your wife. It's really awful. It's a horrible thing. Doesn't make you the worst person in the world. You didn't like fly a plane into the Twin Towers. You know what I mean? Like there's worse people in the world.
Stay tuned. I mean,
Freedom Tower. They're going to be. Let that. All right.
We're checking all the boxes of shit you're not supposed to bring up on it.
boom.
I'm not going to let you do it on my show because on this show, we do it for our fans. We do it for the people who love us. So
nobody likes onions. Patrick brought up a really good point, and so I just want to make this point. I'm just repeating what he said. If anyone's following him, they know this. But the only other time Aaron has gone to this, I'm not allowing that to be talked about. I'm banning anyone who brings it up. Was when people were saying that April was on cocaine back in early January, around that time frame, earlier in the year.
Yeah.
And Aaron's like, no, that is not going to be said. Those are vicious lies and we're not going to have it. It's like, well, it turned out to be completely true. So now he's treating this the same way. Like, oh, that's weird that all of a sudden, all these things that he allows people to talk about in his chat, this is the thing that he's not allowing them to talk about. Makes me think there's something to it.
Suspicious.
if you want to sit here and sling all kinds of vile, disgusting accusations, not because you think they're true, but let's be honest, because you hate me and you want me gone.
Why wouldn't we think it's true?
Right.
I saw the text message conversation. I didn't play it on my show, but I saw it.
He is trying so hard to spin this away.
Yeah, why does he say that? Not because you think it's true, but because you hate me. I don't hate Aaron. I would. By the way, as far as Aaron and my relationship, I texted him last. He didn't text me back. So he's the reason why that fell off. Maybe I'll text him again. Maybe I'll try.
You sound a little sour.
Yeah, maybe are the Vikings playing the Bills this year? Maybe we can get together.
That's fine. But don't be a chicken shit. Have the balls to fucking say what you want, which is, Aaron, I don't like you. I'd like you gone. I'm not.
Aaron, I like you. I like you that you're here. I want you on the internet for years to come. I don't think you should beat your wife. I think that's bad.
Going to breathe life into bullshit any further because it's already dead. It already died. Only 2 shows made it a thing, and those are 2 shows whose stated goals were basically killing April, getting her off the internet, destroying my marriage, killing it, whatever.
Getting April off the internet is the best thing that ever happened to her, by the way. It's not killing her by any means. You might want to get off the internet.
Yeah, if only 2 shows are talking about, why are you talking about it?
Well, yeah, so he wants to pretend this is just a little corner of the internet and no one even knows about it. It's not a big deal. And so he's saying it's just Chad Zubak and Patrick Melton.
That's it.
And he says their goal, and this is the thing that all these assholes do, and it's so annoying. I mean, Patrick Michael did this, where it's like, you guys just want me to stop podcasting. You ought to get me off the internet. It's like, no. Just the opposite, sir. I will support you in any way possible. Stop blocking me on Patreon.
And getting me to leave the internet, and probably they don't care if I kill myself. So,
wow. Why don't you cry about it, you crybaby?
if those 2 shows want to do it, and the fans of those 2 shows who have been saying horrible things about this same person that they now pretend to defend, I know how the internet works, guys. You're not that good.
Okay.
I know who and what I am. I've never done anything like that. We had a beautiful, beautiful relationship. And I mean, You go through our text. We were both sad it ended the way it did, and it's unfortunate.
Show the text. You brought it up. I'm not bringing it up. If you go,
is that how we'll hit the goal?
Yeah, seriously. If you have to pay $5 for each text message to come out, then you might actually make the goal. Cardiff, I know that you said a few weeks ago you're not interested in Aaron Imholte.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'll watch the whole drama around it, but I still couldn't watch him. I don't watch coverage of him too much, but
no.
Tukey forces me once in a while.
I was going to say, I saw you on, I saw Ralph on Tukey today. It's hard to avoid this shit. It's nuts.
But he keeps talking about he knows the internet. He knows, but it's easier for you not to watch the people who are. There's 2 shows that are talking about you. Don't watch.
Yeah.
Like John, all these people are attacking him. No, we're just doing shows on YouTube. You don't have to go to my YouTube and watch it.
I know, and this is the problem. This is the crazy thing. I'll give you an example, but there's other examples of this. Chad Zumach recently came out and said that him doing his impression of me and talking about my mom wife, or I forget what it was. He goes, it's getting to Carl. Just so you guys know, it's getting to Carl. I don't watch Chad Zumach at all. I don't watch a second of his show. I don't see people clipping his show. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care at all. I just do my show. I have a show format. I have co-hosts. We get together. We prep a show. We do it. People like it. They support it. We appreciate it. Aaron doesn't have to do any of this. Aaron's show is falling apart because of Aaron. He can't stop addressing this stuff and digging himself a deeper hole. Like, if you have a great show and you're a great broadcaster, then just do that. It's crazy to me that of all the guys that we focused on, Opie is the smartest one.
Yeah.
Opie's the only one who just went, well, if I get in the mud with these guys, that's not going to do me any favors.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Start going blow for blow with these assholes who are just goofing on me because I suck? No, I'll just do my show.
Yeah.
Pretend it doesn't exist. That's the move.
He dips his toe once in a while.
Once in a while. That is true.
Sure.
I missed the Cardiff and Opie show. Those were good times.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll watch a little bit more of this. I don't know what else there is from this video, but it's all annoying.
And, you know, with my kids, with my family, with everybody else, I'm picking up the pieces. I'm rebuilding my life. I'm improving myself.
Oh, is he going to cry this time? Let's see.
I'm taking all the right steps.
Okay.
And I'm not going to let the fucking gay internet trip me up. I'm becoming the best person I've ever been.
Ugh.
I'm so grateful. I'm so happy for the people in my life. And if you're some random person on the internet who wants...
I'm not a random person. We've texted before. I'm Carl. This is so pathetic what he's going through right now. What kind of a loser would have a speech like this prepared? I know who I am. I'm changing things. And I'm doing better now. And you can't recognize the gay internet.
I won't let the gay internet or black Twitter stand in my way.
But to answer your question, you know who did this? A narcissist.
This is narcissistic behavior. I got to revisit that with Missy B. She got some explaining to do. Because, it really is. You would think, and I've said this many times, things like this happen, it's time to go into apology mode. It's time to go into, all right, you guys figured it out. I fucked up. Instead, it's like, I've done nothing wrong. Everyone else is an asshole.
Yeah, if you're really picking up the pieces and getting your life back together, don't flex about it on the internet. Just fucking do it in private.
Yes.
to go, I think you're this or that, then we're going to cut you loose.
Is that the
I'm not going
retarded
to let you
internet?
have access to my life anymore. It hasn't worked out very well because all your stated goals are getting people to kill themselves, running people off the internet. If that's who you are, if that's what you like to do, then you can do that. It's a sad existence.
By the way, people, Aaron likes to pretend he's not this guy. When he worked for a radio station, he was trying to get all of his listeners to harass this woman in a totally other market who got the job that he wanted to get on morning radio. And that's why he was fired, for harassing this other person. So Aaron sits there and is just like, I can't believe you guys are trying to get people their jobs taken off, or they're off the internet, their shows ruined. It's like, Aaron, you're that guy. You've literally done that. Yes.
Oh,
That time it was him.
Right. It was okay then. because he was the one calling the shots.
It makes sense if he's teaming up with Zumach.
He's trying to team up with Zuma.
Yeah.
And Chad's not having it. And Chad needs a friend more than anyone. That's how sad this is.
But I will say this. You don't get to do it for me. Sorry. I'm not your monkey. I'm not going to dance to your tune. So, didn't do it. I know they're very upset that it didn't happen. They'd wish it would happen. It didn't. Sorry.
What is that supposed to be? We wish you had butted April? I don't. I wasn't happy to hear about that. Ugh. All right. I can't listen to this asshole anymore. That's enough.
Who are these podcasts? WATD.